puck as it settled down by Booze. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the first period. Still no score between these two teams and no icing as linesman Marty Heiser waves it off. Getting his stick stuck in the boards is Botwinoff. He's able to wrestle that free. Helped along further, this is Kravitz, not out of the zone. Good keep. Lefkoff pinching in from the point. One hand on his stick, gives it down low to Cope. Cope helps it along far side. Wojciechowski has to hustle, but he gets there and keeps it down deep. Now Cope again. 5 points in yesterday's game. Originally 6, but he lost an assist along the way. Now Garcia, who had a pretty decent game himself, looking for a breakout. Westendorf right on top of him. Cleared out of the zone. This may have the legs for icing as Connor Lefkoff grabs it before the goal line, so play continues. Will Space sending it behind the cage. Getting there first is Garcia. Garcia sends that off the legs of Wojciechowski, and then Wojciechowski throws a body against Matthew Doan. First time that we've said Doan's name this weekend. Kyle McEnany comes out from behind his own cage. McEnany wearing a captain's A on his jersey, takes a slash for his troubles. He dumps it down deep and hunched over. He'll go back to the bench. But, Jack, beginning of the year, new team, really.
This year was against these Colonials.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very careful.
And you're absolutely right about that. Back on November the 10th, a 5-4 victory. Will Space with the game-winning goal. As through the neutral zone, this is Barnes. Barnes driving to the outside. Snapshot saved by Booze. Rebound. Nobody there to pick it up. Franklin Berry eventually does. He attempts to give it on over to McEnany. Pass goes through everybody. Wojciechowski got a stick on it. It's no icing on the play as Ostrowski behind the net. On his backhand looking for an option. Canceled out by Berry. Now given back Conklin. Conklin will rattle it around the wall. O'Neal. Barnes in support. Behind the net Ostrowski. Zach Ostrowski tries going back to O'Neal. It's broken up, and Westendorf will flop it out of the zone. Now McEnany trying to give some trouble to Conklin.
It's a nice play on the Danbury Colonials, Lawrence. A little bit more neon in his. I really do. I agree, Zach. It's a very strong look for the young goaltender.
Yeah, it's a good look, and I mean, I just imagine whatever he used to put that skin on. I mean, he's seen plenty of pucks. I remember when it was nice and bright and vibrant. Here's a shot by McEnany that goes wide after a couple nice stick handles.
So you like good stories, and I'll tell you a good story about those pads. It's kind of like the sisterhood of the traveling pants.
Oh, boy.
The brotherhood of the traveling goalie pads.
Okay.
So Matt Voidy, goaltending coach for the Colonials and the Hat-Tricks, he had to be signed as an emergency backup goalie just a couple of weeks ago for the Hat-Tricks. He actually wore Sam Booze's pads on the bench.
Yes, he did, because goalies, especially at the professional level, these things are measured, and he needed pads that fit. Sam had them. The initial shot, it came out at a different angle than I think Brulard wanted.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to steer that more towards the side. Obviously, as a goaltender, you don't want to kick it right back out into the middle. That's what happened. And now twice that Danbury's been able to cash in on those juicy rebounds right there. And if that's the negative side to Brulard's goaltending, again, that's one of those things where he needs a little bit more help. He could do well on the first save, but it's that second chance opportunity what Danbury's been able to cash in on.
And Madzy's goal, yes, he was the first person to hit the rebound, but a couple other players had already overskated the puck.
Right.
The opportunity to clear was there.
And it was a long rebound, too. It wasn't necessarily where McEnany, he was right on the doorstep, just 10 feet away from the goal line. It was easy for him to bank that in, but Madsy, he was the only man in the vicinity, and the puck came all the way out towards the hash marks.
Dumped into the zone, Westendorf knocked down by Vasquez. Vasquez trying to clear, but Wojciechowski from the point. Saved by Brulard. He'll hold on as Tim Brulard down in the butt.
But he does well to get this back towards the front of the net. And it was just the little redirection there from Skeens, who just kind of put it towards the front of the net.
Just one note from yesterday, the 11 goals scored by the Danbury Colonials, a franchise record. A bad angle attempt along the goal line by, I believe that was Lefkoff. In and out of the glove of Brulard. Back the other way. Here's Westendorf forcing O'Neal off the puck. Lefkoff behind his own cage. Connects with McEnany. McEnany sends it off the backside of defenseman McGrath. Westendorf, pass cut down by Conklin. Conklin stick handling at the blue line. Sending it down deep. McGrath will be the first one there. Judson McGrath tried reversing. Cut down by Ostrowski. His pass off the stick of Barnes. Conklin sending it behind the net. Ostrowski. Another blind pass. This time finds Jennings. Blocked by McEnany. Ostrowski. O'Neal. Tries going back to Ostrowski. Westendorf is there, and then the puck rides the rail out of the zone. Here's Brandon Cope. He'll be the first one to it. Brandon Cope has McEnany. Gives to him. Great save. McEnany misses high and wide. He was looking for McGrath initially. Now Garcia the other way. Garcia knocked off his stick by Madzi. He'll recollect. Now in the near side corner. McEnany there as well. Garcia. Too far for Ferraro. Madzi getting there first. Has Ferraro on top of him. Now McGrath. Judson McGrath, the newest addition to this Danbury Colonials team, 6'3", 185 pounds, native of Allen, Texas, home of the Allen Americans. Yeah. Here's Kyle McEnany. Did you have a Allen Americans blurb you want to get in there?
I did. I was just going to comment on the addition of having Judson McGrath now in the locker room for the Colonials. I mean, his size and his defensive value for this team is going to be huge if he can really get going.
Cope across for Madzi. Madzi had trouble with the pass. Now Cope across for McEnany, and McEnany sends it into the skates of Valenti. At the point, it's Westendorf. Wojciechowski in the neutral zone, back for Westendorf. Sent on down by Madzi. I was going to be impressive. You got an Allen.
Pick up the wrister.
And that's Long Beach's first shot on goal in about 15 minutes of game time. I don't have the exact number, but it's been a little while. Here's Kyle McEnany off the breakout. McEnany driving to the outside. McEnany, a shot saved by Bralad. Westendorf was driving towards the net looking for a rebound. Valenti, his pass over the stick of Guieta. This should be icing, except it rolls in on goal, and Booz has to play it. Now McGrath. Behind the net for Lefkoff. Lefkoff turns it over, sent in front. Hines unable to get the backhand. He finally gets one on the forehand, and Sam Booz makes a strong save.
Yeah, good left pad save, good awareness there because Hines was just kind of lurking. And again, it's the play at the back. Danbury can't get the puck out of the zone, turns into chances.
Here's McEnany. A nice, nifty little move. Brandon Cope, I think, thought that the opportunity had already left him.
Yeah, he just got too deep there. And McEnany puts that in a really good spot, just nobody on the receiving end. An impressive turnaround pass.
Yeah, no, not bad. We have a whistle.
Oh, too many men.
We have a penalty game. 2-on-1 here. This is McEnany. He has Cope. McEnany elects to take the shot, puts it right into the shin pads of Valenti. Cope tries swinging it back for McEnany, but McEnany had already vacated behind the net. Now a bad turnover finds Wesley Westendorf. A backhand shot saved by Bralad, and he'll hold on for the whistle.
An easy block shot there for Long Beach, and then a chance in front there for Westendorf. Just not enough mustard on the backhanded shot. An easy save for Bralad, and Bralad was kind of giving him the stare down afterwards because he said, hey, man, I got the puck in my glove. And Westendorf gave him a tap on the glove saying, trying to jolt that puck loose.
Just a little tap, though. Not enough to find himself in the penalty box, which means it's the right kind of tap. Here is Franklin Barry. Barry going through a forest of sticks, gives it along for Cope. Cope unable to clear. Turnaround shot by Barnes goes off his teammate Ostrowski and wide. Now Zach Ostrowski, a centering attempt, intercepted by Cope. Cope again unable to clear, but eventually it settles down for McEnany.
That's the right idea there for Ostrowski. Get the puck towards the slot area, just nobody in the receiving end. When Ostrowski has the puck in the offensive zone, he's dangerous. He just needs to get there. We haven't seen him on the puck enough.
Here's McEnany to the outside. This time a backhand shot goes well wide. Wojciechowski stepping in from the point. Had the puck flip up on him. It ends up back out in the neutral zone. And that's the thing with Ostrowski. You know, he's not the fleetest of foot, but we saw his hands on display. 13:23 to go in regulation time. 3-0 your score. Sent along the wall. At the point, it's Wojciechowski. His shot goes well wide. Jennings and Hines come together. That didn't look like it felt good.
Checking the wrong man.
Cleared all the way down the ice, but no icing on the play as Will Space gets to it first and sends one through the crease, but wide. Now Cope for McEnany. McEnany waiting for that puck to catch up to him, but the puck doesn't have skates, so he has to turn around and send it on deep. Brandon Cope in the Zamboni corner. Coming together with Trevor Payne. Gives back to Barry at the point. Now Cope again. Sent around. Botwinoff will collect. Botwinoff off the boards, but not out. Wojciechowski. This time it's out of the zone as Will Space got a leg in the way. Westendorf is there as well. Wojciechowski rattles one around with 12.5 to go in the third. Cope. Payne through everybody, and this should be an icing if it has the legs. It does. And the faceoff will come back down into the...
It's over 10 to go.
For Remsen, it's his 15th goal of the season, and yeah, Bralard will want that one back now. Cope a drive, kick save by Bralard as he has to get right back into action. Now a pass goes through a pair of Colonials. It's Garcia on a breakaway, caught from behind by Cope, taken down on the play, no penalty as Sam Booth.
49 shots. Sometimes those types of shots are going to get by you, and there's really nothing you could do. Obviously, you'd like to have it back, but the effort that he's played tonight, don't let that one cloud your vision of how well Bralard's play.
Corner. Kravitz knocked down by McEnany. Now Westendorf, fresh off the bench. Westendorf, a shot, easy save by Bralard. McEnany with the puck in his skates gets back to McGrath. McGrath, not sure what happened on that shot as it ends up in the far corner. Westendorf, back up at the point, Lefkoff. Lefkoff, a shot, he scores!
Stats for Connor Lefkoff and this Colonial side as they look to cruise for another victory, sweep the series here in Long Beach and move forward to the final 3 games in this season.
Well, they'll be away at Long Beach to begin next weekend. Meanwhile, for Lefkoff, it is his 8th goal of the season as a nice shot on goal by Matt Barnes is fought off by Booze. Now here comes McEnany out to the far side. Another bad angle attempt, and I think that one caught Bralard in the dome once again.
Yeah, he's shaking it off a little bit. A couple of shots now have gone off that cage area, and sometimes you just have to use every bit of your body to make saves. Of a good rover position.
Oh, it was a thing. 6 skaters plus the goalie. I think they changed that rule about 100 years ago now, literally.
Well, I could see it on an Olympic sheet. It definitely would work a lot better than this size. It's just not enough room out there to have an extra.
Well, keep in mind, this
skater.
is back in the time where there was no regulated players ever. But it helps when the rink works for you as well.
30 feet shorter.
Cope's shot gets deflected out of play.
Having himself a weekend, and the Colonials, they kicked the extra point. It's good.
It is. Well, I don't know. Do you kick the extra point? Do you take it from the
Oh.
tee? 60 seconds to go in this one. Cole Madzi, pressured by Barnes, goes into the board. Still manages to keep possession of the puck as he tries to flip it past Garcia. Now Garcia along the goal line. McGrath up for Machar. Back to Madzi, 45 to go. McGrath, he'll flip this one out of the zone over the leaping Kevin Remsen. Conklin for Jennings. Space will send it down deep. So 11-1 yesterday, 7-0 here with 25 seconds to go, 18 goals in 2 games. That's not bad if you're the Danbury Colonials.
Absolutely not. You're happy with the way you played this weekend. You did the right things. Obviously, the loss at Skylands hurts, but in this couple of games here,